Hi guys, another episode of the Real J Burnham Show. Today I'm going to teach you how to actually make sure that your guys are charging the right amount for their moves, because I know that they have some problems with that. All right, guys, thank you. This is Jay Burnham, and thank you for coming to this latest episode of the Real J Burnham Show. One of these days, I'll learn how to talk. I'm not going to edit it out because I just think that's funny. All right, guys. So I've talked earlier before about how much you should charge for your moving business and so on and so forth. And the other day I did a video about how much you should charge for a long distance move. But now let's get into the actual logistics of how much you should charge. But we're going to be talking about your local moving. Okay. One of the things that I had trouble when I first started, allowing guys to actually go on the moves that I wasn't personally doing. When you're first starting a moving business, you're going to be doing a lot of the moves yourself. And you're going to be doing all the billing, and you're going to know what your prices are and how much to charge and this, that, and the other thing. And that's perfectly okay. But hopefully you're going to get to a point where you're not going to go out on moves anymore, and you're actually going to hire guys to do the moves for you. And that should be your goal. And when you do, you're going to have them charge the customer for your moves. But here's the problem I ran into is I would tell my guys, okay, this is how much, it's on the paperwork. And I found out that they couldn't add. That's right, they couldn't add. They would charge 8 hours when it was a 10 hours, or they didn't know how to cut it off, or this, that, and the other thing. So what I did is I came up with this handy dandy little cheat sheet for all of my guys. All they had to do was figure out how many hours that they worked, right? And that's all they had to do. And then this little cheat sheet would tell them actually how much we would charge in any given circumstances for local moves. And this is the sheet. I had it made up on a graph, and this is for our local rates, portal to portal. You can see here in the column, we have a 3 hour minimum, so we start from 3 and we go every half hour. So we got a basic price of 3 hours for the 3 hour minimum, and then we go all the way down. And now we don't do 24 hours, but we made the graph all for 24 hours because we have had moves that have gone, 13, 14 hours. But here's the graph, and we start off on the top of the graph. You can see it says 2 men, 1 truck, 3 men, 1 truck, and then 4 men, 2 trucks. And of course, I need to come up now because we've actually had situations where we've needed 6 guys and 3 trucks. And so I needed to come up with a price for that. But basically, it tells them when to start the billing, portal to portal, from the time we leave the office to the time we get back. And these are the local rates. So all they have to do is figure out how many hours they worked, right? And we do prorate for every half hour. So let's say it's specifically a 3 bedroom home typically would go between 6 to 8 hours. So let's just say it's 7 hours. So based on our prices, 7 hours, 2 guys, 1 truck, we would charge $681. Now, if it went 7.5 hours, we would charge $730.50. And that's all my guys had to do was actually write down the figure out, okay, good. We started at this time. We're going to be ending at this time. That's 6.5 hours. They look at the sheet and go, you're right, $681. They didn't have to figure out the math. They didn't go, okay, well, if the prorate, how much is half of $99? Because believe it or not, I had some morons out there that could not figure out what the half, 50% of 100 was. You know, it's mind-boggling. So I had these sheets made up. Now, the only thing they had to get right in their mathematics, believe it or not, is adding up the amount of time, right? And we teach these guys to, if they're going to make an error, to make an error on the high side. I'd rather refund money than not get the money, because if the problem is if you don't get the money, you're not gonna be able to get the money back. So let's say the guys they did 7 hours, but they only charged for 5. You're not going to get that 2 hours. You're not going to get that $200 from the customer. They're just not going to pay it. So and if they do, they're going to do it very begrudgingly, and it's going to be cause a big scene. So I tell my guys, if you're going to err on the high side. So instead of 7.5, maybe they charge them 8 hours. I would rather have to refund somebody $50 than not make 100. You see what I'm saying? So that's all they have to get. Now where I'm at, we also service cities that are actually not in our local area we actually have to do a little bit of driving time. In that case, we drive a 1 hour. We charge a 1 hour minimum for the move, plus our normal minimum of 3 hour minimum. So in that case, we have another side. So you got the one side, which is porto. On the other side of the sheet, we have for the long distance. Again, laid out exactly like the other side, but it has the different prices for that move. So that's how we have solved the problem of how much to collect and how to solve the problem of idiot employees that can't do the paperwork correctly. And I'll tell you what, by doing this, it's laminated. It's heavy duty lamination right there. They should, and it's very easy. It's in black. It's real easy for the guys to follow, and it will save you guys a lot of headaches. So make up one of these. You could put it in a little booklet if you want to make it up. I wanted it laminated so it was sturdy and heavy duty, so I could, if they were out in the rain, if it hit it, wouldn't ruin it, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, this is a really good idea. I really recommend you guys do that. It's really easy to set up the table. I just took my table, which I put on, which was printed on 2 different sheets. I just put them back to back and went over to Kinko's, and I said, I want these copies. I want the sheets back to back, and then I want it laminated. Hang on 1 second, please. All right, good. Just had to solve that problem. That was a sales call anyway. I'm getting a call from England. Who's going to call me from England? Anyway, so there you go. Just a real simple tool. Will teach you on how much to charge for your move, and make sure that the guys, the movers, who's ever on the job in charge, will actually charge the right amount for the move. Okay? Just a simple little tool. I hope this helps you. If you want to see a copy of mine, send me an email, and I'll send you a copy of my form, and you can model it if you want, or just make up your own. It's really pretty simple. All right, guys, thank you so much. Hope to hear from you guys soon. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like and share it with all your family and friends, and of course, please subscribe to this channel for future updates. Thank you. God bless. Have a great day.